This Vietnamese movie opens with Bai in his early years. She and her mother used to reside in a tiny town where her mother was routinely harassed and sexually assaulted by a local outlaw. After years of sorrow, one day he knocked on their door intoxicated and killed Bai's mother. Bai, Dong On Nguyen, became so enraged that she made the decision to stab this man to death. She did not see any need to remain there as a result. She relocated to Saigon, now Ho Chi Minh City, where she began to live on the streets. She worked hard to support herself. One day, she is involved in a fight with neighborhood thugs. She encounters Jacqueline, played by Veronica No Ton Van, at that point, and she helps to protect her from them. She brings Bai back to her residence where she introduces her to Than, played by Tok Tin, and Hong, two other girls her age, played by Rima Ton Vai. Bai will move in with them going forward, according to Jacqueline, and learn how to stand up for herself just like they did. Bai arrives messy, so Hong makes the decision to make herself look presentable and establish a connection. Tan, though, is slow to accept Bai. Bai discovers later about the local thugs known as the Big Four. As Mad Dog, Hai, played by Thuan Nguyen, runs a casino and is in charge of the nightlife in downtown Saigon. He distributes narcotics and has filthy raves late at night. Then there is Sun, also known as Half-Blood, Hai's bodyguard, played by Gia Nen. He takes great pride in his terrible deeds. In addition to them, Hai's right-hand guy, Long Bo Da, played by Song Luan, is composed and discreet. He is in charge of narcotics distribution and trafficking. Teo Mat Seo is the fourth, Phan Ton Hien. He operates a sex trafficking operation with Hai under the alias Scarface. The goal of Jacqueline and her crew is to free women from Hai's control. Bai also discovers information about Tan and Hong's pasts while working on this operation. Tan is haunted by the loss of her sister and believes that fate has forced her to become a vigilante. In her late teens, Hong harbors romantic dreams about a well-known singer. Both have a history of repeated sexual assault. Later Bai admits to Tan that she is haunted by the darkness as a result of seeing her mother killed. So, they all view Jacqueline, whom they refer to as Aunt Lin, as their savior and regard their mission to help those troubled women as a method to get revenge on the men who abused them. These three women gradually teach Bai martial arts abilities and methods in order to help her survive. She also feels like she has a family because of them. She attacks a thug named Michael, her first experience with their deadly nighttime. After the attack on this new supplier for his company, Hai becomes furious and exacts revenge by murdering a person close to Jacqueline. He chooses to strike a deal with Thung, the head of a XOM Kai cartel, since Michael is no longer alive. If it succeeds, Hai will capture more women and deliver them to brothels. Jacqueline chooses to enter the area as a result, killing Hai in the process. Bai kills a man forcefully during their arrest, which makes her think of the time she killed her mother's rapist. She is constantly reminded of the past by her bloodied hand. She starts screaming in the bathroom at home, and when Tan attempts to rescue her, she even attacks him. Eventually, Bai admits that she is terrified by how much she enjoys murder. She perceives it as being engulfed in the night. Tan, on the other hand, views her work with Jacqueline as giving her life meaning. Despite no one else standing up for her, Jacqueline did. She feels obligated to repay her. In addition, Tan steals a luggage from Hai's hold at Jacqueline's request. It contains recollections of her husband and son, who were both brutally murdered by Hai's gang. In their next assignment, Jacqueline decides to send them to seduce the men and ultimately take their life. She creates a honey trap. Bai and Hong enter the club and finally engage Hai and members of his syndicate in combat. Bai is prevented from being raped by Hai by Hong. Nevertheless, as a result of this assault on Hai, Sun joins the conflict with his troops and kills Hong in the process. Long, who was in a covert relationship with her and serving as Jacqueline's spy, is devastated by her passing. Hong had earlier urged him to quit the underground and lead a normal life. When he realizes that his dreams will never come true, he is crushed. Although Sun continues to pursue and attack Bai, she flees their club with Tan and rides home while dodging him. Jacqueline is certain that they should continue battling Hai even after Hong's passing. It bothers Bai because she makes him feel used by her. She probes Jacqueline on the real reason behind killing Hai. She and Tan find out about her family's passing at that point. Bai becomes incensed when Jacqueline claims that the situation is for women's justice while actually pursuing personal vengeance. Tan, however, continues to be devoted to her because she stood by her when no one else did. During that time, Hai begins to have a hunch that Jacqueline is responsible for recent assaults against her. Jacqueline is aware of this and realizes how urgent it is to take action. She goes inside Hai's crib together with Bai and Hong and begins to assault Hai. One of Hai's guys stabs her during the struggle. Hai considers it a victory over her. It became out that Jacqueline employed a few of Hai's guys. She only used the mishap as a pretext to get him to let her inside his room. By that point, Bai and Hong are still battling Hai's bodyguards and have climbed up to Hai's chamber. Soon after joining them, Long kills Sun. Eventually, Bai and Tan are joined by Jacqueline and Long in Hai's room. Jacqueline then makes some startling comments regarding her true motives. Jacqueline says she intended to exact revenge on Hai for the deaths of her husband and her kid. There is however more to it. Since he refused to allow Hai access to his property to conduct drug deals, Hai killed her spouse. She therefore had other goals in mind throughout this time, in addition to killing him, including ousting him from power and obtaining the keys to his company. Using Long's assistance, she already completed half of it by winning his soldiers over to her cause. Jacqueline kills Hai inhumanely for this reason, then turns around to avenge Bai's betrayal. Tan is given the task by the woman. Tan obeys Jacqueline's orders and chooses a gun to shoot Bai even though Bai previously defended her from attacks. However, she quickly directs it at Jacqueline since she doesn't want to break Bai's confidence. Jacqueline anticipates it and shoots Tan without hesitation. As Bai sees Tan being shot, she becomes outraged and starts shooting Jacqueline again. Jacqueline is sitting on the sofa in her own blood. Bai is put into custody after killing her. Bai finally wakes up in a prison cell after more than 15 years. We notice a name inscribed on the wall that reads Tan Soi as soon as she completes her time. She is the victim of Bai's murder in the first sequel, Fury. The conclusion thus indicates her fundamental driving force behind doing this. Do you enjoy watching the video? Kindly share, like, comment and subscribe.